Our next speaker, Engineer Fahem Nuaimi, who is the Chief Executive Officer at Ankabut, speaking on today's topic, the role of NREN in enabling collaborations for the research and education in the Arab world, opportunities and challenges. Over to you, Engineer Fahem.
Thank you very much, Nalwan. It is really a pleasure to be with you here. Before I start my presentation, I wish to thank Omren for giving this opportunity and conducting this conference, where we meet together and find our concern and our challenge together and solve it. And before I start my presentation, I want to thank also NREN, especially Dr. Yusuf. He make a little bit my life easy, where he lists a lot of NREN and Arab world and some of the challenges they are facing as well. Really, I want to thank him, and also I will share a lot of points that which he been referring to me during his presentation, and then we'll answer some questions which has been raised actually. So thank you very much for having me, Melwan, in this presentation. My presentation, it will be the following. If you allowed me first within 1 minute, 2 minutes to share with you us as an Ankabut, in a glance, and just 1 minute, 2 minutes to share with you the updates, what's going on in Ankabut. So that's good. Also, we tell each other what we are doing and what we are facing, what is update is there. Ankabut today is offering multi-service. So we have a network service, we have connectivity service, cloud service, managed service, and consultancy service. From network point of view, Ankabut today, we reach to give to the clients 1 to 10 gig access, point-to-point MPLS, and we managed to make our core 10 to 40 gig backbone for the whole entire country. That's from the network point of view, and we are connected now to New York mainland as well as to London to connect to Dante and Jant. We developed in Ankabut 4 data centers, latest software-defined data centers, where we provide from it big data analytic, AI, artificial intelligence, Hadoop, containers, and other things. Plus, recently we developed a disaster recovery in another city, in NREN city. So today, all our services and network has a disaster recovery in NREN. Plus that, we didn't stay limited in that NREN, which is only network and connected university, but even we developed one of the biggest SOC in the region to provide a complete portfolio of security 24/7, from awareness all the way to local election remediation and solutions. Plus, we have 16 cloud services, because we believe in cloud too much in Ankabut. Ankabut reached to around 70 employees, and we provide service to more than 500,000 students in UAE. So this is in a glance showing what's going on in Ankabut and where we reach. Now, if we go to the challenge, really, I tried in my presentation not to be in very open and a lot of information, but let us touch the pain. And if we didn't touch the pain, if we didn't say it clearly, then we will really not have clear solutions or way forward for it. We missing in this part of the world, especially in our world, leadership commitment. Sorry, and okay, I accept that every country has its own ministry, or it has higher education, or it has, but there is no commitment from top leadership that, like what we see in Europe or what we see in US, that this is a mandate, the network has to be there, it's a mandate for collaboration, it's a mandate in at least public universities. We're not talking about private universities, even public universities. So leadership commitment is one of the challenge really faced by anyone who's running NREN. I've been running this NREN for the last 10 years. And the leadership commitment is varies up and down, and it's changed. And I think from my meeting with most of the executive officers and who's running this, they have some problem. So we need to have something. NREN can help us in this, how we go to the leadership and have their full commitments. And the second part, one challenge, which is really important, and I keep saying it long time, and I think this will not be solved in our countries in Arab world unless the government put their hand and they enforce something like what's happening in Europe. I couldn't understand the connectivity and collaboration. We are not able to connect each other. In GCC, for example, we don't have even 2 countries connected. And that's all because of service provider, unless the government interfere and put something. So I'm requesting from your stage, from this conference, I'm requesting ASRAN, because they are presenting all of us. And we thank them for their efforts, which they are doing with even less commitment from NREN and support, to take this to the Arab League, to the Arab State League of Arab States, to put it in the front of all ministers in Arab countries. Otherwise, it will be very difficult to connect Bahrain to UAE, Saudis to UAE, Omanis to UAE. It's become nightmare. They are killing us with this connectivity. We cannot do collaboration like Dr. Yusuf said. If we want to utilize the cloud, if I don't want to develop the cloud, and I know there is an Oman very big cloud, or in UAE there's a very big cloud, I cannot use it if I don't have good access, if I don't have good connectivities. So I think the connectivity is one of the biggest challenge we are facing now. Also, the umbrella of governance. We need the ASEAN to play a big role with a clear agenda and to have a leadership support. Now it is, and I'm feeling sorry sometimes for ASEAN because no one is committed there to have full-fledged integration, to have full-fledged support and involvement for the Arab world. And there is also no sufficient fund. I know what's going on in every country of the NREN. That's why we in Ankabut, we noticed this long time. We know that the fund from government or states in this part of the world is not like what Internet 2 is getting, or what like networks in Europe they are getting. So we are between two things, between high, very expensive connectivities and networks, and very low, very small funds from the Arab state governments. We don't, is anyone in the Arab world spending at least 1% of the GPT over on the hundreds? 0.5, we're not saying 1 to spend in this, a few millions. We have it very shy, very limited. So really we need to have a way to create a fund, to create income from what we are doing. Otherwise, if we stay in Arab world depending on this fund which we are getting from government, which they give us by, we say it in Arabic, but I don't know if it will, the audience will understand or not. For the بالقطارة, they drop small drops on those NRENs will not fly. So, and I am really encouraging every CEO of NREN to think in economic and think in creating revenues for his NREN. Yes, we know in Europe they consider it as social responsibilities, and they consider it something foster and enhance the research which will add indirect to the GPT of the country. But here, this is not the case because of the culture. So I think we as NREN, with the support of organizations like ASREN or like Tante or Jant or OTS21, we have to work on the cultures. I don't recall between Arab wars there is researchers between different universities working for one project, for collaborations. For example, as Dr. Ibrahim said, for the science, open science, or for any other solutions, we need as ASREN and as NRENs together to encourage these researchers to work together between university, even if we create for them a collaboration, co-working together for single projects. From this point, and I wish that they will include in this conference as a conclusion or as a declaration, as Dr. Yusuf said, some of the initiatives. Like why we don't have mega projects like Arab World High Performance Computing Center for everybody, like what we have in Europe in CERN, or we have in Israel, or we have in US. Why we don't create? Today we have our resources, it's like electricity. We have our resources available everywhere, but we don't collaborate to utilize each other. No problem, we can put it in an economic base, but let's cooperate, let's work. So when we will solve the connectivity problems with service provider, having a leadership commitments and sufficient fund, We can create this environments for our researcher. Today, when you talk to the researcher, so there's no environment has been created for me to do that. But also we need to change the culture of researchers also that they have to collaborate. Today, I'm sure even inside the same country, between universities, we couldn't find collaboration research between the universities. Like I remember when we attending Internet 2 meeting, you will find 6-7 universities coming in one project. They bring it to the NREN and they start developing this project over this NREN. This type of culture is not yet there in Arab world. So we need to do culture change in our mindset and mega projects to be developed. So even between inside the country or between the Arab worlds, there is no a lot of collaborations. I noticed during my meeting with a lot of NREN, the lack of business economic concepts. And we took out the concept of business and economic from our NREN. I agree with most what people saying that in Europe and in US and other parts of the world, they don't consider this because they consider it as part of the social responsibility. But that's not the case in this part of the world. I mean, we will have long journey, long time to convince these leaderships that it is a social responsibility and it is fostering the economy. Even we show some cases, for example, in UAE, we show a lot of cases that when they come together and when they developed one application or one cloud or one center for the infrastructures or for still it's hard time to work on it. So we want to do that business concept of it, at least to sustain. How we will sustain if the link price is increasing, if the service price increasing, if it's network increasing, and we don't have increasing in our revenues or our budget or our fund given by government. We will stay as is, even for coming 10 years, we'll continue as is. So that's very important for every CEO and the NREN to consider that business and economic concept. The second point is we need to have at least, and I'm ready to work with and they made some initiatives as I said before to see what is the service available in every angle. And we send part of what we have, I think 1 year or more before. But we don't want only to list that service available. We need NREN to play also some role to have a unified service, at least 3 or 4 services to unify them. So we can say to this League of Arab States or to the leaders that yes, we can work together. This is what will be the value. This is the benefit. This is the economic concept of it, and it will save the country. And I encourage from Oman Omren meeting today, if we can put some initiatives, not only HPC. Today, we don't have initiative in artificial intelligence, as big data analytic, or business continuity. So if we can find Dr. Youssef or the others, anyone who's attending this conference, if we can have, for example, AI hubs for the Arab world, that will help a lot because now a network, it's not the main which we are on. Yes, it is the backbone. Yes, it is the enabler. But the world is going now to the different era. They're going to the artificial intelligence, to big data analytics, to be utilized to serve the country and solve all problems in the research. So I hope after this conference, we will see some initiatives, and I am ready as a CEO to participate in it related to the artificial intelligence or big data analytics, or Hadoop or containers, or with certain application that it will serve our countries, because we have same problems and same challenge in these Arab countries, either in the agriculture or education or in industry or in the sustainable power, waters. We have same health, we have same problem, same issue, which we can put aside forward. The contribution of the League of Arab States, we don't hear them. We are 22 states, and we don't see anything from League of Arab States. And as if this part is, I think when they have the agenda, it is last priority to talk about research and education and collaboration together. So we need to push this, the League of Arab States to put the NREN again in front of the at least Minister of Education who are attending this meeting in Cairo or anywhere to give attention and to give more. I think if we can work on this challenge, I know everyone is bigger than others, but we need to work on them. We try here in Ankabut to mitigate some of them at least. but still there is a lot long road to go, and there is a lot of work to go. We as everyone, we have to come together. There is no way. The European, they didn't succeed when they done the Dante and John without working together. Everyone stay alone. Yes, maybe you have some capability to do that. Others has 50%. But believe me, together we can do a lot, and we can push the leadership and push the country leaders to the what we want from collaboration, which in the end it support the country and the visions of these countries. If we go to the opportunity, I tried to summarize there, at least thanks to Dr. Youssef, he lists the all challenge which I made in 2012, but it's there, so I don't want to repeat them. But a lot of them we solved it during these years. But I'm trying now to focus on opportunities, what is there. So I was watching the picture of NREN in Arab world in 2005. And I comparing it at least with 2013. I'm not talking 2021, I'm saying 13. And you notice that we have everywhere NREN. I tried to list the NRENs. We have 21 NRENs in the Arab world. I don't think European, they have 21 NRENs. We in Arab countries, we have 21 NRENs. And I am listing them here in front of you. Algeria, Bahrain, Djibouti, Egypt, Iraq, Jordan, Kuwait, Lebanon. We have, but we are not, we need to come together to do this. And also, one of the advantage in our part of this, our world, 50% of those 360 million people in this Arab world are young. They are 25 years old. Those young generation need to be utilized. They deserve to have a unified networks for them to help them either for education, for innovations, for research. We have 21 NREN. We don't have connectivities for three together, proper connectivity like. This is one as an opportunity. There is another opportunity that a common platform. Believe me, it is opportunities. Today there is opening for a cloud. Due to the COVID, most of countries now and universities, they open their mind to the clouds. Before they were not. And اسمح لي, Dr. Youssef, I apologize. No, we need to develop our clouds in every NREN. Because if I didn't develop my cloud in my NREN, I will be killed by service provider to connect to any NREN in the country. If I want to go NREN in Oman or in Bahrain, then they will be killed. I will be killed by these fibers connectivity to this NREN. So let's create some common infrastructures together and the platforms needed by the community of NREN. We have a fibers, and I'm surprised. You know, I came from telecom company, 20 years running Tisala. I know there is plenty of fiber in the ground between the countries. I don't think how it will affect these operators if they give one fiber to the NREN in Arab world. Let the Arab League take these steps and to create these networks. Why everything is put in the shoulders of individual NREN to fight and strive? No, there is opportunity to have connectivity because there is a fiber everywhere. That's itself opportunity for us to develop pan-Arab networks. Thanks to ASREN, they are trying to do their best, like OGX in UAE for GCC, OLE in Egypt for Mediterranean, London pubs. But again, and I used to say this to ASREN and to everybody, if we didn't develop for ourselves, we don't expect others to help us. Yeah, thank you very much. They are very fully supported. They are helping us, but they will help us within their agenda. We as Arab countries, we have opportunities. We have to develop our own agenda. We have to develop our own pubs. We have to develop our own networks. We need the leadership commitments. And there is opportunities for us to do that. I don't think in the coming 5-10 years, we will still continue to be in the end of the world. No, I don't expect that. We are now in this part of the world, we are leading the world. And there is days coming that the Arabs will lead all this world. Okay, it is time for some time. We are weak or we are being followers, but soon we will be the leaders. So to be the leaders, we have to create these opportunities and take them. For example, why we don't have a AS ASPIC, distributed high performance computing, as one of the opportunities. And one of the opportunities is the AI. Today, AI is promoting everywhere, and it's promising everywhere. So, and I recommend if we can conclude or declare after this conference that we establish an AI unified platform, and I am ready to participate in this AI platform. I try to summarize most of opportunities. So, the COVID forced everyone to go to cloud. That is opportunity for us as NREN. Universities, government accepting now to put their service in the cloud. So let's move now toward establishing this communication and networking in the Arab world. That will conclude my presentation, and I hope I put a shade in what I feel that today we are facing on. Once again, I want to thank Omren and thank Ashram for their support, and we are ready to collaborate with anyone, and this is an invitation to everyone in any NREN, in any organizations to work with. And to be honest with you, I know we converted from NREN free based on waiting for government to give them few pennies to profit organizations. So today Ankabut is making profit even. And we have a very exponential grow in UAE. We are proud of it, because if we continue depend on governments to give us $10 or $100 or $1 million, we will not be able to deliver. We know this fact, and we worked in it. So, and I encourage everyone also to work in. Thank you very much for having me with you, and I hope, inshallah, all the best, and I hope everyone will go out from this workshop and this conference adding a lot of idea and creating in his NREN or creating it in the global, in the Arab world. Again, I will leave one message. We in Arab world, we have the need, and we have the capabilities. Let's depend on ourselves and do it. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Engineer Fahem. You have got a lot of messages saying thank you for your excellent suggestion, a lot of likes to your comments. So inshallah, I think after the, as the subject of the event goes, enabling collaboration, I think you have put the correct stone down as the base.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Post this event, there will be some, by the time the next event happens, inshallah, we will be having some good news.
Inshallah, inshallah. I hope that. We are very optimistic.
Always. Have a fantastic day, I said. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Have a nice day.